And now this athlete completes exactly 10 km. We want to find out exactly at which stage is this 10 km is going to happen. So let's try to let this be equal to the 10 km. So I'm going to let 8 multiplied by 2 to the power of n minus 1, the total distance that is covered after the nth stage, be equal to 10 km, so 10,000 over here, which means that 2 to the power of n is going to be 10,000 divided by 8 plus 1. It is equal to 1251. If I were to ln both sides, it will be n ln 2 is equal to ln 1251. So n is going to be ln of 1251 divided by ln 2, and this is equal to 10.289. And over here is the stage, the nth stage, which means that for the athlete to complete the 10 km, it is going to be after he has finished running all 10 stages. So it is going to happen between the A10 and A11 when he completes the 10 km. Okay, so which means that from here he's going to run all the way until he reaches the A10, and he will continue to run some more before he reaches the 10 km, and then of course after that he will complete the 11th stage. Okay, so 10 km is going to happen somewhere between the 10th stage and the 11th stage. Okay, let's try to find out first, okay, how much distance he has covered from the beginning all the way until the 10th stage. Okay, so I'm going to find the distance. Okay, the total distance from stage 1 all the way until stage 10. And this distance I can easily find out by substituting n here by 10, because this is the total distance that is covered after the nth stage. So it is going to be 8 multiplied by 2 to the power of 10 minus 1, and this is equal to 8184. Okay, it is definitely less than 10,000. Okay, so we can now find out the distance that is left after he has completed 10 stages. So the distance that is left, after completing 10 stages, it is 10,000 minus away 8184, and this is equal to 1816, which means that after he has finished the 10th stage, and his position should be here, okay, because during the 10th stage he's going to run from O to A10 back to O. So from here he's going to run that extra 1816. But what we need to verify is one more thing. Because this 1816, it is supposed to be running for stage 11, so it is supposed to be, his route is supposed to be from O to A11, then back to O. What we need to verify is that, is he running towards A11 or is he going back from A11? And to do that, let's try to calculate, okay, the total distance that is from, O to A11. For each of the stages, for stage 2, the distance for that particular stage is 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 3. For stage 3 alone, the distance that is covered is 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4, which is 3 plus 1. And for the 4th stage alone, it is going to be 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 5, or 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4, which means that for stage 11 alone, the distance that is going to be covered by the athlete is going to be 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 11 plus 1, so 2 to the power of 12. So the distance, that is going to be the total distance that is covered during stage 11, this is going to be equal to 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 11 plus 1, 2 times 2 to the power of 12, and this is going to be equal to 8192, which means that from O to A11 is going to be 8192 divided by 2, because this 8192 is going to be from O to A11 back to O. So this divided by 2 is 4096. So from O all the way to A11 is 4096, and this is bigger than 1816. Since this is bigger than 1816, that means the athlete is still on his way to A11. That is why for this question, my answer will be that the distance from O to the position that the athlete will be when it is at when he managed to clock 10 km is going to be 1816 meters, and he is actually running away from the origin or towards A11. So he is going to be running away from O.